Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a first look at what might actually be the most realistic game I've ever played, called Climbing Rocks, which is kind of a fun play on words because we are going to literally be climbing rocks in this game, but also climbing is really cool, so it rocks. Now this game sells itself on hyper realism, and it is actually permadeath, so much so that if you happen to die in this game, it just instantly uninstalls itself from your computer and hard locks you from ever playing it again. So we got to be really careful with this game. But let's go ahead and dive into it and see what this is all about. We can play here. All right, here we go. Putting the backpack on. Oh, did you see that panning effect with the backpack? Here, let me turn the camera here. Check out our view around us. This is pretty cool. All right, so I think, yeah, up there, you can see the quest marker. That's where we're supposed to be headed. So let's get on going then. Oh, the walking feels really, it's almost disorienting because it's like the realism from but it's third person and real life isn't third person at the same time. But man, the graphics are crazy. And you like look at the shadows and stuff. Yeah, this is really cool. The texture on the ground is mind-blowing. All right, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to get up there. It looks like off to the right is pretty steep, so I'm gonna try to see if I can go around over to the left here. Looks like a lot of boulders though. Oh, did you see that? I got near the rock over there and my character actually reached out his arm as if he was gonna come. Oh, he's doing it again. Look. Oh, that's cool. So like when you get close to things, your character kind of automatically braces and reaches out just to balance himself. That's pretty cool. Pretty realistic. Always adds that immersion factor when it's like AAA game quality character animation right there. All right, let's see if we can get through these boulders here. So this is the we don't want to die on the approach to the actual crag. And funny enough, in real life, sometimes the approach can be even more dangerous than the climbing itself. Let's be careful not to tumble down. That's what we call scrambling. So interesting fun fact about the way that climbings are great. Oh, I'm trying to get through here, but my character's like slowing down a lot. Looks like that was a little bit more of a precarious. Oh yeah, there's like a little bit of a ledge there. I didn't even notice. Funny thing about the way that climbs are graded when we're doing sport climbing, which I think this game so far is based around sport climbing, is you kind of have numbers that assign to the difficulty, but it's not just as much as like level 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's like a decimal point. So every climb that's a sport climb will start with the number 5, and then you will be 5.0 up to 15D. But what we're doing right now wouldn't be considered climbing, it would be called scrambling. So the reason why they start with the number 5 is because you also have classes 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5. And class 5 is actually climbing, but everything underneath that is just slightly lesser version. So it's a spectrum between essentially walking down a sidewalk to climbing a roof. And what we're doing right now would probably be like class 3 scrambling, because we do have to use our hands a little bit. Wow, look at that. The sky looks great. But yeah, we were doing like class 3 scrambling. It might get, let me look up the cliff here. It might get closer to class 4 as we go up there. But basically class 1 is like flat level ground. Class 2 would be like more uneven rocky terrain. Class 3, like you kind of have to start using your hands for balance like we saw our character doing. And then class 4 is when you gotta kind of like do little bits of like climbing on top of things. So like you can see this area right here, you might have to do a little bit of that. And then class 5 is where you should be essentially using a rope. And if you're not, you'll be free soloing. But accidents have happened on class 3 and 4 terrain where, you know, if you're on pretty steep class 4 terrain and you stumble or a rock underneath your foot causes you to trip because it like rolls or something, you can tumble quite a long way. But we're gonna try not to. Oh, did you see my rope got caught on the bush and he reached back and fixed it. That was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, see here we're getting into a little bit more complex scrambling. We gotta brace ourselves against the walls and stuff. But looks like, yeah, we're getting pretty close to the wall up there. So let's go ahead and finish this approach. Appreciate the view a little bit real quick. And then I'll head back up to the wall and I'll see you guys once I get to the base. All right, so I'm getting to the base of the wall now. It's definitely been a lot slower of a process for traveling than normal games, but I guess that's the hyper-realism for you. So it looks like this is part of the wall. This whole wall here has a bunch of different routes on it. This side looks a little hard, so let's scramble up a little bit more here. You can see there's a whole bunch of boulders just piled up at the bottom here, so we gotta do a little bit of scrambling over these things and get up to hopefully what will be a slightly easier warm-up climb. It's always good to warm up before you get on the harder stuff. All right, let's see. Yeah, looks like up in that direction we'll have some easier climbing. All right, look at this. So it looks like it starts off pretty steep, but then there's like a bulge with like a ledge up there. Let's go ahead and get up close to this wall, see if we can figure out where the route starts. You can actually see the bolt. There's a bolt right up there above my head, so that's probably gonna be my first safety point. So let's choose to climb right here. We got the climb option, so I'm gonna go ahead and click it. There we go. All right, we are starting to climb now. We are in the starting position. I've got to get to that first bolt because right now I am completely unprotected, but I am also really close to the ground, so a fall wouldn't necessarily mean death. Could mean like a sprained ankle or something because it's a very uneven landing zone. Let's go ahead and reach up, find some good handholds. Actually looks, those handholds on the right don't really look that great. Probably got to get a foot up here. There we go. You can see the rope dangling down. All right, so this is a sport route. So there are bolts that already exist. You can see right by my face there. So sport routes, as opposed to trad routes, they have hardware permanently bolted into the rock. And you can see the quick draws that are hanging on my belt there. Those allow me to clip into the bolts. And I already have another one right in front of my face. You see that? We have the clip in sign already. We like didn't even really move past the first bolt. So this is very, very safely bolted here. But now we got to figure out where we're going from here. And ooh, do you see that? It looked good from the ground, but that seam, I can't get, it doesn't look like my character can get his fingers in there. Look, like I'm reaching around, but it all just, the stamina does not agree with it. All right, let's go ahead and start moving our, and you can see the stamina bar on the right there. That is an indication of obviously how much stamina I have left. But the worse my position, my body positioning is, the faster that's going to drain. And then easier moves will then become harder if I have less stamina, which is very, very similar to real life. So I'm searching around here trying to find like a good hold. It's like every time I grab on a hold and like pull on it, you can see the stamina starts to go a little bit faster. It is slowly draining right now though, because I'm not in like a super comfy position. Like I have a good foot and everything, but the wall is just slightly like it's vertical enough that I can't take all the weight off my hands. So I'm constantly using my hands. So I got to figure out what's going on and move from this position. But it looks like it gets even harder and it's going to push me off balance more up there. So I got to try to read where I need to go and just go. And I found some holds here. They don't look great. I'm not happy with them, but I just need to find an okay enough foot. Looks really kind of not that great down there. But let's get, oh, the camera's a little shaky because I'm trying so hard, it seems like. All right there, oh man, that edge does not look good. That's what we call a crimp right there, little crimp rail. All right, move the foot up, get over there. You can see the bolt is right next to my hand, but I have the clip in option, but I can't really, I don't want to clip in from a strenuous position. My stamina is draining faster than I want to right now. In the process of clipping in, I could lose all that stamina. So I'm trying really hard right now to find a secure position to clip from. Reaching over, my character's in the way a little bit. Looks like he found a crimp right next to the bolt. All All right, there we go. Found a much better position. Go ahead and put the quick draw in. Man, it takes a lot longer to clip in this game than you want it to. You think you press the button and you'd be instantly clipped in, but no, he has to pull the quick draw off of his harness, then grab the rope, and then put it into the quick draw. It takes time, and that all costs stamina too. And it kind of looks close like I'm grabbing the bolt, but if you look really closely, I'm on a hold right next to the bolt. If you ever do real sport climbing, do not grab the bolts. Only the wall is allowed. Also, if you get a finger stuck in a bolt and you fall, bad news. That's why you should never grab the bolts. All right, there we go. Let's get our foot up there. Rock over onto that. This should be much better terrain. You can see I just went over a bulge there. You can hear the breathing. That took a lot of stamina. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to the stamina. I've been so concentrating on the commentary. All right, let's get clipped in here, please. But yeah, the stamina got very, very low for that bulge there, especially for what I thought was a warm-up climb. But fortunately, we have an actual rest position right now, so you can see the stamina is coming back a little bit. And if we look ahead, as my character rests and shakes out, you can see he shakes out when you stop in a good resting position. That's just to get the blood flow back into the forearms. Helps you recover. But looking ahead, it definitely looks a little bit more slabby, a little bit less like off vertical, which should be easier on the arms, but depending on how many features there are to grab onto, it could be pretty technical. It looks a lot flatter than what we were just climbing on as far as like the face holds go. So it could be a little bit more technical. And now look at this. We got a massive ledge to stand on. We can even like enjoy the view a little bit. You know, take a look around. And all right, let's assess our situation. I'll go ahead and chalk up. That'll help. Now that I've just used all my energy and sweat a little bit, I want to get the sweat off my hands so I can have a better grip on these holds. It does help out a lot. All right, let's see here. Let's move up. I can already see the bolt. Looks like we have a really easy, restful clipping position. Go ahead and clip here. Now, the interesting thing about clipping is the higher up you get off the ground, the heavier the rope becomes, because there's now more rope hanging from you to the ground, and you have to pull the weight of that up. So the longer a route is, the harder each clip becomes, and not only just because of the weight of the rope. Here's another clip. Let's go ahead and clip this one in. Not only because of the weight of the rope, but the rope ends up having friction in between the draws, and these draws are really nicely bolted where they're nice and lined, but sometimes the route may wander a little bit and put little bends in the rope, and that creates even more friction. And sometimes you can be pulling like 15 pounds of rope when your arms are already tired, trying to get it into the quick draw before you fall so that quick draw can hold you. Because sometimes if you're above your last piece of protection, you can take quite a big fall if you don't clip in time. So for instance, I don't see the next bolt right now. So right now you can see the amount of rope between the quick draw and my hip. If I fell right now, I would fall more than twice that distance, because you have the distance between me and the quick draw that I have to fall down to the quick draw, and then the rope isn't going to catch until I'm down below that additional distance. But then there's rope stretch. These are essentially like little bungee cords. And then there's also however much slack is in the system before I fall, because the rope isn't completely taut against me necessarily, depending on what the belayer is doing down the bottom. You can actually see we do have a belayer in this game. And yeah, look at that. As I'm clipping now, I just clipped right here by my waist, but if you look down at where that draw is, I would have probably hit the ledge that I was standing on down there if I fell from here before clipping in. But now that I'm clipped in, 100% safe. I can't fall more than like a couple of feet right now, unless my belayer was just not paying attention. But it looks like you can see the chains up ahead. That is the anchor. So that is actually the end of the route. So that is our goal right now. But you can see that the holds, clipping in right now, the holds, there's a lot less of them here. I had all these great ledges below me that I was able to pull up and stand on, but now there's a lot, it's not as obvious. So I'm gotta look around here and do some route reading, try to figure out what the sequence is. But There's like a little, my character's seeing like a little bit of a divot next to the bolt. But it's not that great. Maybe if I can move over to the right a little bit, I might be able to reach that ledge to the right of the chains. Okay, can I reach it? Oh, no, wrong limb. There we go. All right, there's a little bit of a, oh yeah, there we go. That looks great. That looks like a jug. Now I just gotta figure out where to get the feet. But sometimes when you have a jug, you don't need good feet. There we go. Out to the side, little pocket there on the left hand. Pull up onto that left foot. Get a nice jug on the right hand, and we can clip the chains. All right. There we go. Climb is completed.
Take a take.
All right, so now we get to sit on the rope, and this is actually, I wonder if this game shows, well, actually, let's appreciate the view first. We completed the climb. We can look where we came from all the way down there, probably about like 50 or so feet. All right, so people often wonder how climbers get their gear back. Well, this is it right here. When they get lowered back down, they just grab their gear. And their rope was going through those permanent chains that exist up there. So that just stays there, and we get to use our own gear or we don't have to use our own gear to come back down. We just use our gear to go up, and then we get it back on the way back down. All right, so we finished this climb. Let's go ahead and head down to the harder part of the wall and see if we can do one of those climbs. All right, I've gotten down from the climb. I got my rope on my back, ready for the approach to the next climb. So we just gotta scramble back down a little bit over here. And yeah, you can see this part of the wall is a lot more vertical. So this is gonna be interesting. All right, let's take a look at what the route looks like from that. Is very steep. That's actually almost like a little bit overhanging, it looks like. Especially at the top there. That gets pretty bulgy, but it looks like a lot of big features at the beginning. So let's go ahead and climb. Here we go. All right, here we go. First step onto the wall. Oh, look at our belayer there. Being nice and attentive, watching, even though he can't technically do anything right now because I'm not clipped in. The belayer can only belay you if the rope is clipped into something, and right now it's not, but you can see the bolt right next to my head there on the right. So let's go ahead and find a nice stable position and clip in. There we go. We are clipped in. The side's a little bit darker because we're in the shade. You can see we had sun up there. I found a really nice jug there on the right hand. So stamina isn't going down that much right now. But, oh, we're in a bit of an awkward position. Oh, look at that pocket. All right, yeah, let's use the pocket there. All right, let's pull up. I got another one right by my head. But I'm feeling a little off balance. You can see the stamina bar is still draining. I want to find something a little bit more restful. Where are we going to clip from? Don't want to be off balance during the clip. Gotta reach the left hand down there. Oh, there we go. There's a little undercling on the side there. That's helpful. Now my stamina is just kind of like neutralized. I'm not really gaining energy back right now because I'm using that left arm, I guess, to hold myself into the wall. But it's enough to not lose much energy. All right, where am I going from here? We're clipped in. Looks like I might need to start rocking out a little bit right of where I clipped, maybe. Or do I go left? I don't actually... Oh, I see the bolt now, I think. It's like a little glint right up there. So I guess I'm gonna have to go kind of like straight up past this bolt here. All right, let's reach over, try to find some holds to get out onto this. You see there's a ledge where my feet are. Yeah, we can get onto that ledge. That'd be good. By the way, I appreciate the climbers wearing a helmet. Very safety oriented. But it is permadeath after all. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks like a really good hold. But you can just see the way that my body is oriented right now, that even though it's a good hold, I'm still taking a lot of weight on it just because of the angle of the wall. All right, I'm a little bit above the bolt now. At least my waist is above the bolt now where the rope is. But that bolt, the next bolt is still, looks like about 8 feet so above where my waist is. I gotta figure out how to get there. There's a seam on the right. See if I can use that. Because the seam's leaning left, I'm gonna try to like lean into it. There we go. Oh, now we got a really good left hand to do a compression. Try to get the right hand up, but I need a good right foot. All right, this is actually... Oh, I got my leg behind the rope there. You don't want your leg behind the rope. Because if you fall with your leg behind the rope, you could flip upside down and hit your head on the wall. A lot of things to consider in a realistic climbing game like this. All right, we're losing a lot of energy right now. We got to get up. We got to stand up on that nice ledge. There we go. All right, still losing energy though. We got to move fast. Clipping in fast. Looking ahead. Energy still slowly draining. Trying to get a little bit of it back with a shake. Or at least like neutralize it a little bit. Looks like there's something good up in that little crevice there with where my left hand is. It would be better to have a right hand there though, just because of the angle of it. So see if I can put my left hand around the left side of it. Get a right foot up, get my right hand in there. Oh, there we go. Good reach there. Perfect. Now where's that bolt? There it is. Can I reach it from here? I gotta get up a little bit higher. Let me get that right foot up. And let's see. Let's get that right hand in it. Yeah, alright, I got the clip thing, but I need to make sure I'm nice and stable before I commit to it. This feels like a nice ledge here. You can see my stamina is not really draining right now. I just want to make sure that I'm not off balance for this clip. It's right at the end of my reach. It'd be nice if I get my foot up just a little bit more, but I'm going to go for it. Oh, look at that. Just at the end of the reach. And the good thing is if you get the quick draw in, you can definitely get the rope in, because the quick draw, the end of the quick draw is much more within reach than the actual bolt is. Alright, let's chalk up. We don't have a lot of energy right now, and I don't know exactly how this part's gonna go. We're committing now. Here we go. Gotta figure out where I'm going. Looks like I can see that like ledge up on the right. It's a little bit out of reach right now. If I can get a good foot and a good hand to pull over onto that. That left hand looks pretty small, but the right hand looks a lot bigger. So if I can like pull with that right hand. There we go. Then reach over. Come on, get a nice foot. And there it is. All right. Big holds here. All right, this is good. This is good. All right, you can hear my character breathing a little bit. The camera's getting a little bit more shaky. I think I'm trying a little bit harder. I don't actually see where the bolt... Is that the bolt up there? Uh-oh. It's right around there. All right, let's go. The energy's definitely getting a little low right now. Oh, reach around. Where's the... Oh, that's a crimpy hold, but it's like all I really got around here. All right, let's try to move our feet to a better position. So now I can pull with my left hand over onto that right foot, maybe. Those are crimpy holds. Come on, get that left foot up. Ugh. You can hear the breathing. The camera shaking. There's the clip right above me. Oh, I don't feel that great, but I'm running out of energy. I gotta clip quick so I don't fall. I would fall all the way past that quick draw. Probably down to the quick draw below that if I fall right now. And if I fell right now that I'm pulling rope slack through, it would be even worse, but I have a good enough left hand that I felt safe enough to do that. All right, let's shake out a little bit. It's really hard to get stamina back in this position. I might just have to keep moving. This stamina is running a little bit low. My character's probably getting a pretty decent forearm pump right now, which means the grip is weakening, so even good holds are harder to hold on to. But it looks like over to my left here, there might be a really nice ledge to hold on to, or to rest on. I just gotta work my way over there. I can see the clip, the bolt off to my right over there, just sticking out of the edge of the wall. But I don't have enough energy right now. I gotta get a rest. My stamina's almost gone. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have a nice ledge to rest here on. We haven't clipped in yet. I can't reach it. I'm not getting the prompt and I can't reach it from here. But we need to get this stamina back, and look at how slow it's coming back now. That's kind of like the problem with it, is the more you've lost, the slower it comes back. So I need to clip in, so if I do end up losing my grip and falling from here, that I don't fall all the way down past the, you can see the quick draw right there. Don't want to have too much of a fall, especially since I'm off to the side right now. They'll have what you call a pendulum. I'll actually swing as well, because I'm off to the side. You know, physics happens when you fall, but let's just take advantage of this nice secure ledge. You can see I'm pretty much almost no hands rest here. My character's shaking out his arms as I idle here. Let's try to figure out how to clip in. I need to find a good spot to put my foot. Looks like it's a little bit farther, but that might be a little bit awkward. Let's see. All right, there. Oh, there's a nice little edge there. Now I just need to get my left hand where my right hand is. There we go. Just enough to balance. 95% of my weight's on my feet, so I'm not losing too much energy here, but I'm not really gaining anything back at the same time. All right, we're safe. Let's actually, before I continue, this part looks a little bit steep, so let's go back and get a little bit more rest and gain a little bit of stamina back just in case we need it for this. Because we don't have a whole lot left. You can see our max stamina there. Our maximum possible stamina is now way lower. Like, we can't even fully fill up the bar at this point just because of how much energy we used. But here we go. I'm committing right now. We gotta find a good hold. All right, the energy's draining now. I don't have a lot left in the tank. My character's noticeably moving a bit slower. It's harder. Or I found the clip. There we go. At least this is a well-protected section. But now I gotta figure out how to pull over this bulge that's like pushing my chest away from the wall here. This is what's gonna take a lot of energy, but it looks like once I get over this bulge, I can put a lot more weight back on my feet instead of my arms, because my arms are like, look at the stamina down there. They're like dying. I got a nice side pull on the right here. Come on. I just gotta stand up on these feet. There we go. Listen to the relief. Listen to the relief in the breath. All right. There's the next bolt. Up in the sun. Oh. Man, you can see the camera gets shakier as the movements get more erratic when the energy is low. That's a cool immersion effect there. All right, we've clipped it again. We're safe again. I mean, we're pretty much safe there too. We would just take a scary fall. We're mentally safe. All right, I don't see the anchors yet though. This is a much longer route than the other one that we were on. All right, we got some good holds here. It's a lot less overhung now, so less energy being taken on each move, and every single time we get up on our feet, we're gaining a little bit more stamina back. Like, oh, there we go. Get the hips into the wall there. All right. Oh man, look, these are really small holds, but the hands aren't doing much compared to what the feet are doing. The hands were just there for balance that time. Now I have a nice ledge on my left foot there, as you can see. And my bolt is down by my feet. Where is... Oh, the next clip is up there to the top right. Can I reach it from here? I might need to... I don't know. I'll have to try. Let's see. Alright, my character... He can't reach it with his left hand, so he's actually putting the clip in his mouth right now. Because he only has them on his left side now. He ran out of the ones on the right side, so he has to reach to his left side of the harness with his left hand. But I gotta get closer to the clip. Alright, there we go. That was a bit of an awkward clip there. But I found an okay position. Okay enough. Go ahead and get the rope. The rope's a lot heavier now. You can see my climber is actually biting the rope to hold it so we can pull up more because of the weight. Alright, so now we have... feels like we're on a slab now. So our arms aren't draining too much in between moves because we're using our feet a lot more. There we go. Looks like there's a little bit better spots to stand on the right here. Oh, there's the chains. I see the chains now. All right, so I just gotta work my way up to those chains. Looks like we got some pretty decent features to use here. All right. There we go. Nice hold there. Looks like there's a nice ledge for my feet. Put that left foot there. Stand up, and let's clip in to these anchors here. And actually, I'm going to be putting my own gear in these anchors this time, because after coming down, I might want to come up this route again, actually, just for fun. Or maybe my belayer. Maybe I belay somebody and I belay somebody up the route. So instead of putting extra wear on the permanent gear, I'm going to use my own gear instead to be respectful. All right, let's go ahead and enter rappel mode here, or lowering mode. All right, let's take a look around at the view here. Look at that. I wonder if this is like a real place, if it's based on a real place, or if it's just their own world environment. All right, we're gonna start lowering now. All right, man, take a look at this height. So this time I think my climber is just gonna leave the gear in on the way down because we're not done with this route yet. So the last person up cleans the route and gets the gear. So we're gonna go down. So this game is not out yet. I don't know when it actually does come out. There's not a lot of information on it. All I know is that climbing rocks, and that's the name of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you want to see me play more of it, let me know. Maybe I can do 1 or 2 episodes here and there on it. I don't know if you guys are that into this thing. It's not my normal type of stuff on the channel. But I hope you guys have a good April 1st. And I hope you guys enjoyed this game.